Monday. How are we feeling? How are we doing? It has been a crazy weekend. I feel like there was a lot of sad events that took place over the weekend. I'm talking about Bondi and just a lot of things that happened here in LA that were, really disheartening and really unfortunate. And then obviously, of course, the news that is just completely dominating headlines, dominating the news cycle, dominating celebrity news, Hollywood, everything that is going on with Rob Reiner. For those of you who don't know, Rob Reiner was a Hollywood director. Him and his wife, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into the details of it. But him and his wife were found. They've arrested his son. They believe his son is responsible. It's just been an absolutely wild 24-hour news cycle, it feels like. Reggie is in here. Jessica's in here. George is in here. David, hello. Peyton is in here as well. Bella, Robert, hello. Justice. It's just, Patty also just popped in. Really incredibly sad. In addition to Rob Reiner, we are going to be talking about Lizzo. We're going to be talking about Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry. We're going to be talking about Northwest. We're going to be talking about Justin Bieber. And then we are going to end with a little Taylor and Travis. Obviously, not coming on here having a great weekend with the Chiefs. This is the first time in, I don't even know the exact years, but the first time in years that we are not making the playoffs. That is incredibly brutal. Really brutal time. 10 years, thank you, Jessica, to be a Chiefs fan. I just, don't have any words. I was at a birthday brunch yesterday celebrating my friend Izzy. Her husband and I were keeping tabs on the game throughout the brunch, and when we lost, that was really upsetting. And then to add insult to injury, for those of you who also don't know, Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL, which is a huge injury. It's going to change a lot of things. It's just, it was bad. It was bad. Yesterday was bad. There was one bright spot of the game, which we're going to talk about at the end of this. But definitely not good. Yes, I do watch Chiefs gear whenever I'm watching the games. Hi, Tamra. I feel like Chiefs attire has gotten so much cuter too. In the past couple of years, we were saying there was such a demand for Chiefs wear, and now I feel like people aren't going to be wanting to, buy it as much. But in Kansas City specifically, I feel like there's a lot of local stores and vendors who sell some really cute Chiefs merch. Also, I wanted to say hi to Diana. Justice said, officially free from school forever. Oh my God, so glad to be back in the live watching fam. Wait, Justice, that is amazing. Congratulations. How do you feel? Okay, how are you feeling? I'm sure you just feel like an absolute weight has been lifted off your shoulders, and I am so excited for you. That is incredible. You should feel so excited, so happy. And now you get to take on adulting. Betty, hi. Yes, that means we will not be in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. That is exactly what that means. Also, hi, Joy. I was not ignoring. I'm sorry if I didn't say hello right away. Hello. We are officially done for the season in the sense of we're not making the playoffs. We definitely are not making the Super Bowl. And this last game was kind of like our last ditch effort to be able to do that. And unfortunately, it did not go our way. It was 16-3. We were close. We were close. And it just, really unfortunate. Prayers to a lot of people for sure. Like I said when I logged on here, there was a lot of stuff that happened this weekend. We're talking about the Chiefs loss, but that's, you know, one that there were a lot of other very major current events. People whose lives were put in danger because they were simply celebrating a holiday. It is just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then, like I said, we're going to talk about the Rob Reiner stuff that's been going on, because if you've been scrolling on social media at all today, if you've been scrolling the news at all today, Rob Reiner is definitely dominating the news cycle, him and his wife and their passing. Tamara said, guys, I got jury duty. Can anyone give me any suggestions on what I'm supposed to do and where? Please help. I'm kind of scared, low-key. Wait, were you like actually selected for the jury? Because I've gotten jury duty before, but I've never actually like had to sit through a trial. That's crazy. You are gonna kind of be living a Law and Order life. If anyone has ever actually gone through, please give Tamara tips. I have never gotten that far. I've gotten the summons. I have had to like call in to know, do I need to show up? Do I not? But I've never actually gotten to the point of possibly being selected. I got the paper in the mail. Okay. So, I mean, I guess like business casual. Okay. Yeah. Joanne said jury duty 2 times here. Business casual is fine. Joanne, right here. Right here. Obsessed. Yes, Joy, thank you for reminding everyone. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new here. Also, don't forget about the membership. With the membership, you get access to a members only live, our group chat, a members only video every Friday. It is some pretty fun stuff. Anytime anyone brings up jury duty, I think of the show that was on Amazon Prime. Did anyone else watch this? Called Jury Duty, where there was one guy who thought everything around him was real and everyone else was acting and it was scripted. If you have not seen Jury Duty on Amazon Prime, highly recommend. It is so funny, so good. Work it in with your Christmas movies. I don't know if you guys are in Christmas movie mode. We are. The Hill Fam is full Christmas movie mode over here. I have like not even been watching any other shows other than Christmas movies. But highly, highly recommend if you have never seen that show. It is so funny. Also, hi Tabitha. Hello. I never answered it. Oh my gosh, you lucked out. Wait, that's amazing. That's iconic. Reggie said I've been playing Christmas music. Charlie Horse said I rewatched that show so many times. It's hilarious. No, it's like a mood booster, which honestly, you know, we could always use a little bit of. A little mood boosting comedy. Very good. Highly, highly recommend. Okay, hi Jules. We're gonna go ahead and get into the tea, you guys. We're gonna talk about, like I said, Rob Reiner, Lizzo, Justin Trudeau, Katy Perry, Northwest, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. Kicking things off, talking about Rob Reiner. And I know we don't always kind of get into like a true crime situation, but this news about Rob Reiner and his wife, I'm telling you, dominating headlines, taking over Hollywood. So many people have been taking to social media to react. This, you know, has impacted a lot of people. And so I just want to give you the latest as to what is going on. So Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle, he was 78, she was 68. They were found deceased in their home here in LA. They both appeared to have fatal stab wounds. Their daughter, unfortunately, is the one who found them. And when the daughter found her parents and obviously called 911, she suggested to police that she thought her brother was responsible. Her brother is 32-year-old Nick Reiner. He was missing for a little bit. He has since been arrested, booked on murder charges in connection to his parents' death. He's being held in custody. We don't have any reports as far as bail is concerned. I think they're saying it's going to be about a $4 million bail, but that was the latest, that he is in custody. Sources told Page 6 that Nick did attend Conan O'Brien's Christmas party with his parents prior to obviously what happened at their home. And I guess Nick and Rob, his dad, got into an argument at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party to the point that many people heard. It was loud, they were yelling, it was audible. And Rob Reiner and his wife left shortly after the public altercation with their son. It was unclear how long Nick stuck around the party, but he stayed at the party longer. Obviously, he eventually left. And then, unfortunately, Rob and his wife, Michelle, they were found by their daughter. Just crazy that they were seen seemingly hours before that whole thing went down. Nick Reiner reportedly has a long-standing history of substance use. He struggles with his mental health, periods of homelessness. He has apparently spoken about this publicly. He even wrote a film with his dad about his struggles in 2015. A lot of people have spoken out about this. A lot of people have been reacting to this because it truly does not even feel real. Like, I feel as though the only thing we've maybe talked about similarly as of late is maybe the Menendez brothers, because obviously with the show, their parents' case kind of got brought back up to the forefront. Also, there were, moves happening to try to get them out early and all of these, or get them out, not early, get them released. So I feel like that's kind of like the only comparable thing that's coming top of mind. But just insane. Like, I don't know why it's so hard for me to wrap my mind around that two parents were found unalived at the hands of their son. The fact that they were at a Hollywood event hours before. Their daughter finding, it's just, the whole thing is incredibly, incredibly sad. There's gonna be more details coming out. This is definitely gonna be something that is continually spoken about, continually reported on. This is gonna be a big thing. Absolutely, Robert. There was an incident at Bondi Beach in Australia this past weekend. It was a Hanukkah celebration. Lives were lost, incredibly sad as well. Like I said, there's just been a lot happening. There were incidents here in LA over the weekend as well. People celebrating Hanukkah and violence ensuing. I never know what the right thing is to say when there's a lot of sadness and brokenness in the world. I never really have the right words because obviously I'm struggling to process it, and a lot of times you guys are seeing me process these things in real time, like with you. Obviously I have the information and I know about them, but as far as talking out loud about them and really sitting in what's happening and what's going on, a lot of times I am processing these things with you. So I know I don't always say the right things. And I'm saying that because I've read comments when I've commented on things in the past. But it just, was a very heavy weekend, so to speak. So just sending prayers, positive vibes, all of the things to everyone. And then also we'll keep you guys updated on this Rob Reiner situation, because like I said, this is not going anywhere. And I think there's going to be more information that comes out, and it's going to be continuously covered. This is going to be one of the bigger Hollywood stories in the past couple of years. So we will keep ourselves updated on it. We are going to move on and get into this Lizzo update. So if you're here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, go ahead and do so. So if you guys remember, a couple years ago, Lizzo had two of her former backup dancers accuse her of fat shaming. They accused her of firing them unfairly. They filed a huge lawsuit against Lizzo. And she's kind of been fighting for her reputation and innocence since this lawsuit was filed. Well, now she recently took to social media to share that the allegations that she fat shamed her former dancers, those have been thrown out. These fat shaming allegations made up a large chunk of the lawsuit against Lizzo. They were reportedly tossed because they didn't have any merit. There was no evidence to support the backup dancers' claims that they were fired over their size, but there was evidence that showed that they were fired because they secretly recorded Lizzo and sent it to former employees. So she is being vindicated in this situation. I don't know if you all remember when the news of this lawsuit broke. It was huge. It was insane. I mean, people were canceling Lizzo when this lawsuit came out. And I actually have on here is that if we're going to talk about it when the accusations happen, we have to talk about it when they're dismissed. Because I often find in these situations, whenever the allegations happen, like, that's all anyone talks about. That's all anyone harps about. That's all anyone is, hammering home. It's so interesting that I haven't seen as much coverage of Lizzo being vindicated, of that part of the lawsuit being thrown out, of them finding absolutely no merit in those allegations, even though they allegedly made up a large part of their lawsuit. Like, the fact that they were fired justly because there was evidence to show that they secretly recorded Lizzo and were sending it out, even though they shouldn't have been doing that. Like, it is always very interesting to me to see how people react when the allegations come out versus how people react if and when the allegations are dismissed, like these current ones against Lizzo. So they found absolutely no merit in the fat shaming allegations against Lizzo. So she has been vindicated from that part. There's still some legal drama. There's still some ongoing stuff. But I feel like that was, in my opinion, that was one of the more detrimental allegations to Lizzo's reputation and brand, because Lizzo has obviously always been about body positivity, owning who you are, loving yourself. So when it came out that she allegedly was fat shaming some of her former backup dancers, that was a humongous deal. And obviously, as I said, that is not true. Those allegations, I guess, at the crux of it, the allegations have been thrown out. They did not find any merit that those allegations were true. So, shout out to Lizzo on that one. We are going to move on and talk about Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry. So, I was going to read Joy's comment really quick. Well, Lizzo won, so they aren't going to say anything about it. It's not news for them if she lost. Then they would have been all over it. I see a lot of you also saying you remember that. It was a really, really big deal. Like, lost followers, lost deals, people stopped going to her shows. Like, it was crazy. It was definitely insane. I thought when she first came out, she would celebrate her body, but now she's losing the weight, or am I wrong? I know that that's been a big discussion with Lizzo that people often bring up. Like, she was always celebrating her size. Now she's lost weight and she's conforming to the ideals that she once kind of spoke negatively against. I think that's how people see her situation sometimes. But, I think as long as you are healthy, that is the most important thing. I think that has always been Lizzo's biggest highlight, and the biggest thing she's always talked about is being healthy and focusing on your, actual internal health, and however your body is supposed to look. As long as you're healthy, that's what's most important. And I know she has made a lot of changes. Like, she used to be vegan. She's not vegan anymore. She's smaller not being vegan than she was when she was vegan. Again, that's a health change. That's just something that she you know, has implemented, she feels better on the inside, and it just happens to be that that equates to her losing weight on the outside. I totally understand people's commentary on that of like, well, you were always saying big is beautiful and we should love ourselves no matter what, but now you're like conforming, so to speak, to being a smaller size. I think we really need to reframe that a little bit and just recognize that Lizzo is focusing on her health and being the healthiest and happiest version of herself. Whatever weight that is, I don't feel like is for anyone to say. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I totally see it. But I think her focus has always been on health, and she is getting healthy, and I think that is important and that should be celebrated, you know? Okay, moving on to Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry. So they have really hard launched their relationship, which is still so crazy to me sometimes to wrap my head around, just because Katy Perry is like accompanying Justin Trudeau on like political visits. I don't know if you guys have been seeing this, but she's in the political arena with her man. Just a place I never thought we would see Katy Perry, but that's where we're seeing her, and it's happening. I find it interesting. We have a new report from Page 6 that says Katy and Justin, yes, they're in it for love, but they also are enjoying the PR benefits of their relationship being public. Sources told Page 6 that Justin Trudeau is, quote, relishing in the attention he's been receiving since going public with Katy Perry. A separate source said Katy has helped provide Justin with a much-needed ego boost after his popularity recently fell. Katy was also reportedly, as we all know, in need of a little popularity boost after the whole Blue Origin flight. Also, her tour was not doing as well. So this new relationship has given her a little boost. I know people don't love them together. George, I see you. I know a lot of people do not like Justin Trudeau. He's a very like polarizing political figure. People are either very for him or very against him. Yes, he is the ex-Prime Minister of Canada, now dating Katy Perry. And again, I find it interesting that the source is saying, yes, they're in it with one another. Yes, there's definitely feelings there. Yes, they definitely care for one another. But in addition to that, they also are living for the PR benefits that are coming with dating one another. I guess I just maybe never really thought like Katy Perry would help boost Justin Trudeau's celebrity, and I never really thought Justin Trudeau would help boost Katy Perry's celebrity. And I will say, in a sense, I don't even know if he's helping boost her celebrity. I feel like he's just helping distract from all of the things that people were saying about Katy Perry. Like the Blue Origin flight, you know, was a PR nightmare for Katy Perry. Then she had her new music that didn't do as well, the tour that wasn't doing as well. Then she had her breakup from Orlando Bloom. So I feel as though it's maybe for Katy Perry, it's not as much like Justin Trudeau is helping boost her celebrity. I feel like it's more so that Justin Trudeau is giving people something to talk about Katy Perry that is, for the most part, positive. We're seeing her in a different space. We're seeing her in a relationship. No one's talking about her music or the Blue Origin flight or her breakup. Like it's kind of giving something, it's kind of giving people, yes, exactly, something positive to talk about when it comes to Katy Perry. I'm with you. I think it is a very random pair. Betty said, I'm glad for her. It couldn't be a better PR under the circumstances. What a crazy year for her, truly. Katy Perry has had a wild 2025. Genuinely. I feel like she's had a little bit of a roller coaster 2025, as we all have. But you know what? At the end of the day, what have we been saying about 2025? It's the year of love. And it looks like Katy Perry, she found herself some love, you guys. She found herself a new man. So we really have been manifesting this for a lot of people. So I live for it. Clock it. We've been manifesting 2025, the year of love, and it has been working for a lot of people. So even if we're maybe not the biggest fans of Justin Trudeau, him and Katy Perry, live, laugh, loving their best lives. Manifesting in 2026 as well. Could not agree more, love. Could not agree more, Jody. Definitely manifesting the year of love in 2026 as well. I'm also laughing. Charlie said, I love you. I love you. Keep saying the year of love. 5 of my friends got divorced this year. What? 5 of your friends got divorced this year? You know what? That still is in accordance with the year of love, because that means that they are starting their journey to finding their forever love. They're getting divorced. That love wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. So they are now starting their journey of finding their real love. See what I did there? There's always a way to positively spin it, you guys. There's always a positive way to spin a situation. Or I always try. Anything to fit your theory. Literally, exactly, Betty. I feel like the thing about me is, not that I have toxic positivity, a little bit. Like, admittedly, I am a little bit of a toxic positive person. But it's honestly because, like, just have had so many things happen and have learned the lesson that life is short one too many times, that I'm just like, you know, I gotta have a little toxic positivity. Oh, Betty, I know you're kidding. I was just saying in general, I know that about myself. Like, I know I can be like a little bit of a toxic positive person. Like, I'm just always trying to, I'm like, let's just try to find the light at the end of the tunnel. I know it's tough, but let's try. Yes, 2026 for me, Jody. Manifest it, feel it. I think so, you guys. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, moving on to Northwest. Really quick, I do want to address this. Chelsea said, do you know what happened between Kelsey Ballerini and Chase Stokes? Their love also is done, apparently. Oh, yeah, they're done. They're done. They tried to have a little resurgence, and then something happened, and it is done, because he posted on his Instagram story that she blocked him, and they're done. Yes, Haley Steinfeld and Josh Allen are expecting their first child. Very exciting. I don't love Josh Allen because I don't love the Bills, but exciting for them. And obviously this next chapter. Which, speaking of kids, let's go ahead and talk about Northwest. So if you guys saw the thumbnail, Northwest recently debuted that she has bleached eyebrows, which is like kind of a trendy thing. I feel like people bleach their eyebrows all the time. Personally, couldn't be me. I could not pull off bleached eyebrows, but you know what? We live, laugh, love other people who can. But people are once again calling out Kim Kardashian for how mature Northwest looks. Again, bleaching, she's 12, bleaching the eye, maybe she's 13 at this point, 12, 13. Bleaching her eyebrows, dressing maturely, dyeing her hair. People have a lot of visceral reactions, a lot of visceral thoughts. I am curious for the parents in the chat, how do you feel about it? I'm not a parent, so I feel like I can't really accurately like give an opinion here. I see Northwest and I'm like, she does look very mature for her age. I personally don't know if I would let my daughter bleach her eyebrows and dye. I don't know. I don't know if I would. You know, I will say we did competitive dance growing up, so we did wear makeup for competitions. We, you know, some people probably would comment about that and say that that wasn't appropriate, but we were doing dance and that's what you had to do, and that's part of, you know, dancing competitively. So I try not to judge or, you know, I guess make assumptions. I feel like I've talked about this before too. You guys know that when I was little, I walked around with like a fake belly button ring. Never ended up actually getting my belly button pierced, but I don't know why. I would walk around and thought like, oh yeah, it was fun to have a fake belly button ring. So again, wasn't a real piercing. I know, I'm pretty sure North actually does have a real piercing already. But I don't know. I feel like in today's day and age with social media, it's tough having teenage girls. And she lives here. It's tough. Beyonce's daughter, 2 preteens like to look older. I just want my girls to stay as kids as long as possible. I don't think we will be doing that, but they are 5, so we'll see. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine for her age, and being in LA, that seems normal enough. Right? I feel like I got an 18-year-old, no piercing, no tattoos, never gotten her hair dyed, and minimal makeup. Even my 13-year-old, no makeup, no dyed, no piercing. Okay, I've had my belly button pierced. I was close, Tabitha. I was close. I think I was too scared to actually do it, but I loved walking around with a fake one. Okay, so we're kind of like, it's not the end all be all. Some people maybe know, but it's also not the worst thing ever. Okay, good to know. Moving on to this Justin Bieber tea. So Justin Bieber, you guys, posted on his Instagram from the same bowling alley where he filmed the Baby music video many, many, many moons ago. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people were here for it. We're here for the nostalgia. We're living for it. Other people called him out. They were like, Justin's still living in the past. He loves, remembering the part of his life when he was with Selena. I personally actually, that Justin does a lot to connect himself to Selena Gomez. This, I feel like, was just pure nostalgia. Like, I really don't feel like this was a Selena Gomez attention-seeking thing. But what do you guys think? I also saw Chelsea said, I'm pregnant with my first, who's a girl. Cringe thinking what I'll have to go through when she gets to this age. The teen years are going to be a thing. But you got this, Chelsea. You got this. Also, congratulations. Jelena fans must have went crazy. No, exactly. And we gotta rein in the Jelena fans from time to time. A lot of times Jelena fans are crazy. I don't know how they're still holding on to anything, but they still do hold on to it. I really, normally I will call it out if I feel like it needs to be called out. If I feel like Justin Bieber is purposefully attaching himself to Selena Gomez for PR, for the bit, I, of course, will sit here and be like, the Biebs, this is embarrassing. Stop doing what you're doing. But this was really just giving nostalgia, and I think it just happens to be, obviously, he was dating Selena Gomez around that time. But I wasn't getting a trolling vibe. I feel like 9 times out of 10, I get a vibe when Justin Bieber's trying to troll and when Justin Bieber is Justin Biebering. But I feel like this time was not it. I don't know. You would think Jelena fans would let it go, Jessica, now that they are both married. But they love to hold on to it. And him being in the same bowling alley where he sang Baby and filmed the music video, all it does is trigger that nostalgia for the Jelena shippers in a crazy, spooky way. You know what I mean? But never. People are wanting him to re-record My World since he went to the bowl. Oh, I saw that as well. I don't think he will, but you never know. Okay, moving on to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, you guys. As I said at the beginning, give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. An absolutely brutal weekend to be a Chiefs fan. We lost. We are not going to the playoffs. We are not going to the Super Bowl. The first time that we are not going to the playoffs in many, 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 many years. Very upsetting, very sad. The, again, toxic positivity of me, the light at the end of the tunnel of this Chiefs loss is we at least did get to see Taylor Swift in Auntie Tay mode. She was with Kylie Kelce and Jason Kelce's daughters. She was in the suite. She was holding them. She was very much in Aunt Taylor mode. I personally loved seeing it. At one point, I said this at the beginning of the live, but we were out yesterday for my friend's birthday brunch, and I was looking at something on my phone, and her husband was like, oh, are you looking at updates of the game? And I was like, at this point, this is the only update I care about, and it was Taylor in the suite being an aunt, like in full aunt mode. Like, I was like, the Chiefs are losing, it's not going well, and at this point, this is what I need. This is what I need. This is my update, my Chiefs update. Taylor Swift in her aunt era. Travis Kelce is injured bad, you guys. He tore his ACL. He like juked his knee really bad. That is a huge injury. He will be out for a long time. He has to have surgery. It's going to be a long recovery. Not good. Not good for us. Not good for Patrick. And this is an injury that like also kind of changes your game forever. Like, this is a big injury. Oh, Patrick Mahomes, sorry, tore his ACL, not Travis Kelce, sorry. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. Yeah, really bad. Emotions were high. Travis's emotions were high. You know, if this is his last season, this is not how he wants to go out. Why would anyone want to go out on their final season of their career not doing well? Nobody wants to go out like that. So understandably so, his emotions were high, very charged, really brutal. You know, I imagine the vibes in Kansas City were so bad. They were bad when we lost the other week. So now officially being out, yeah, not good. Not good. The last thing I was going to ask you guys, did anybody else watch the first 2 episodes of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour documentary? I did. Behind the Eras Tour. Watched the first 2 episodes, cried through 90% of both of them. It was incredibly emotional, incredibly, like, I don't want to say sad. It was sad because she was covering a lot of sad topics, but it also was just like crazy to once again see her in such a rare state. Obviously, hearing her call Travis after the Vienna cancellations and hearing them talk, and I will say, you guys, hearing him on the phone with her and hearing him be like, I wish I was there. I just want to be there with you. I was like, you know, I do hear why the critics were saying maybe he was a little distracted last season. I do think he was a little distracted because he was in love. He was in love, and it happens. He didn't want to go to practice. He wished he was with Taylor. I don't know. I just thought the first 2 episodes were great. Also, as a former competitive dancer, seeing Mandy Moore get such an incredible spotlight as the choreographer extraordinaire that she is was so like full circle for me, you guys. I used to take master classes from Mandy Moore all the time when I did competitive dance. She would be at dance conventions in Kansas City at least twice a year. She is iconic, amazing. She is, I think, a little sassier than she even came across in the documentary, in a good way. But even just seeing her and her relationship with Taylor, again, very full circle for me. Like, the competitive dancer in me was living my best life. Seeing how she treats people on her tour, seeing her give the bonuses, seeing Cam and his journey highlighted, and that conversation that he had with his mom. Just overall, no notes. I thought it was so well done. I cannot wait for the next 2 episodes. I can't wait to see what else we're privy to, what else gets shown in the documentary. Getting to see her and Ed Sheeran's friendship highlighted was also a really cool moment for me. I don't know. I have said this once, I'll say it again. I completely understand people not being a fan of Taylor Swift's music. I hear you. Her music is not everyone's cup of tea, but I do challenge you to watch this documentary if you say you are not a fan of Taylor Swift, and then you can at least appreciate the person. You can at least appreciate the fact that, yes, she is somebody who has incredible wealth, incredible talent, incredible impact, power. She does have all of those things, but she also is, in my opinion at least, at her core, a good person, and she does try to give back, and she does try to do the right thing. So even if you're not a fan of Taylor Swift and you don't like her music, I do at least suggest you give the Eras Tour documentary a try. It's on Disney+. 2 episodes are out now. 2 more episodes will be out on Friday, and then 2 the day after Christmas. So just give it a chance. Just give it a chance. You don't have to like it. I'm just saying, just try it. Just try it, just try it, just try it. But that, you guys, is all of the tea I have for you on this happy hour hang. I feel like we got into a wide variety of topics, and like I said, I know that there was a lot happening in the world. We started off on kind of a solemn note, but I'm glad that we had this happy hour hang. I'm glad that we had this as a distraction. I'm glad that we were able to get into other topics as well. You guys definitely give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Subscribe and stick around if you're new here. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. TikTok is still not back. Fingers crossed we can get that taken care of before 2026. And yeah, you guys, on that note, I will be back on Wednesday. Oh my God. Christmas craziness is all around. I will see you guys on Wednesday at our usual happy hour hang, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Members, we'll have our members only live tomorrow at our usual time, noon Pacific Standard Time. You guys have a fantastic rest of your evening, fantastic rest of your Monday, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.